3 people have been killed during protests in Indonesia's Papua province, further inflaming unrest which has been raging for 2 weeks. The protests began when a video emerged showing police yelling at racist abuse at Papuan students in Surabaya. Indonesia correspondent David Lipson has more.
This is the only video we have from Dayai.
Referendum, yes!
Referendum, yes, they shout, then it ends. As rolling protests continue to break out across the archipelago, details about the Dayai clash, reportedly involving more than 1,000 people, remain unclear. Police say 1 soldier and 2 civilians were killed when attackers armed with bow and arrow were met with gunfire. Indonesia's top brass are now on the ground in Papua, but spoke only of the Independence Day incident that triggered almost 2 weeks of rolling fury.
We are still investigating 2 suspects. One is a military commander at district level for not obeying a superior order. The other is a local officer.
The incident in Surabaya saw Papuan students taunted by a mob called monkeys and dogs before authorities flushed them out with tear gas. Now the anger over this video on social media is being channeled into demands for an independent state.
We Papuan students in Indonesia want independence for Papua. That is our first demand. And secondly, there was racism in Surabaya by security personnel.
It's now being called the most widespread Papuan protest movement in the 50 years since Indonesia cemented sovereignty over the province.
This involved not only West Papuan students, it also involved many Indonesian activists crossing ethnic lines, crossing religious lines. This is quite something new in Indonesia.
Authorities in Jakarta are hoping the swift prosecution of those involved in the initial racist attack will go some way in quelling what's starting to resemble an uprising. But putting a lid on calls for independence after 5 decades of frustration won't be easy. David Lipson, ABC News, Jakarta.